Hello friend, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to share with you 3 fun and simple unique lettering styles that you can try today pretty simply. I know I share a lot of beginner hand lettering tutorials around here, but there are also a lot of more advanced tutorials on my channel as well, and I wanted to highlight a few different ways to create some unique styles of hand lettering if you are kind of wanting to try something new, something that you could just start right away today and not have to learn like a whole new lettering style or process. And so that is what I'm going to share with you in this video. The first thing that I'm going to share with you is shading. Shading can be really fun, but it can also be really tricky, but it doesn't really have to be. In this example, you will see me using a Molotow liquid chrome marker and then using some brush pens to add some shading, but there are actually a lot of ways that you can create shading within your hand lettering. This is one of the things that I actually do have a full tutorial of on this channel, so I will not go through step by step on how to do this, but you can use different markers and you can also use some pens. You can do it more of like a shadow where you just have like a really light colored brush pen. You could use a gel pen in between your base lettering and then your shadow lettering to add like another dimension to it. There are just so many things that you can do. So yeah, I will link that tutorial below, but one thing I wanted to mention is that I go over in that tutorial how to figure out where to put your shadows, because I think that can be something that's kind of tricky. And essentially what I like to try to think of is if you were to have a sun in the top part of your paper and your lettering was kind of like sitting on the ground, where would the sun cast that shadow naturally? And then I try to create my shading that way. So if I have the sun in the top left corner, I'm kind of like pushing everything in my lettering down and to the right a little bit, and that is for the most part where I would add my shadows. There are some tricky parts, and again, that tutorial goes over this in way more depth and with visuals, but that is kind of the essence of how I try to think of it when I am creating shadows. And I wanted to show you another way that you could create some really fun dimension in your shadows with these 2 different colors, and these are Ecoline watercolor markers. And I believe I'm using a watercolor paper, or at least some kind of very textured thick paper. And then I'm just adding a little bit of water to blend those together, and I loved how this came out. This was just kind of an experiment for me, but I think it's a fun example of how you can experiment with things to create a completely different look. And it doesn't have to be super complex. It can be just as simple as adding 2 colors and a little bit of water together. If you are somebody who does shading in your lettering, I would love to hear what kind of tools you use or what combinations you love, so feel free to comment below so that we can all test out your favorites. The second style of hand lettering that you can try today is faux calligraphy. I love faux calligraphy because it looks amazing, but you really don't need any special tools at all. As you can see, I am using a pencil, and this is a really great place to start if you don't want to buy any products. Whether you have a pencil, a pen, a marker, you can still practice this hand lettering style, and it's super simple. You don't even have to use a script style like I'm doing. You can do this with block lettering, you can do it with your regular everyday handwriting. The basic concept is really simple. When you are creating a downstroke, which means when your strokes are coming down the paper towards yourself, that is where you are going to add some thickness to your lettering. And then when you go back up, you are creating your upstroke. And in those strokes, you're just going to leave it that one simple stroke of your pen or pencil. So create your lettering just like you normally would, and then go back and see where all of your downstrokes are, and then add a little bit of thickness. You can add 1 line of the pencil, you can add a few lines, you can kind of draw a line a little bit further over from your line and then fill it in. This is a place where you can kind of make it your own and make it unique to yourself. And if you want more tips on this, I do also have a faux calligraphy tutorial on this channel, so I will link that below as well if you are looking for more of a detailed tutorial. And the next style that you can try today is something that I've been doing on this channel for quite a while. A couple of years ago, I created a video. It was a really quick, simple video, and it was just bullet journal headers, and I just wrote out the days of the week in different styles. And one of the styles was this style where I created a block style of lettering, or kind of just like a capital letter lettering behind it, and then I went over with a really small bouncy script over top of it. And that video has gotten so many views. I think it's over a couple million. And this style still, even after all this time, I still love doing it. And I think it's so fun because number one, it's kind of simple, But number 2, it kind of makes like a really big impact. But number 3, because you can do a lot of different variations with it. So you'll see here, I'm doing a few different styles. You can do a block style of lettering for the lettering in the back. You could do a lowercase style of lettering with a brush pen. You could do a block style of lettering without a brush pen by just using like a black marker or a black pen. And then you could put the color on top of it. You can even add a piece of washi tape onto your paper before you letter to kind of create a little break in your lettering for you to put that script lettering in. So there are just so many options, and I think this is a really, really fun style. And I really don't see myself getting sick of it because I've been doing it for a couple years now, and I still think it's just a really fun way to combine lettering styles to create something fun and unique that stands out, but again is very simple. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you are looking to try something new in your hand lettering, hopefully one of these styles will be really fun for you to try out, just to create something new, something unique, and maybe a fun break if you are needing a break from practicing drills over and over. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments box below. If you are interested in learning more about how to hand letter or about how to run your hand lettering business, I will leave some links in the description box below. I have a free mini course on how to kind of get started with your hand lettering business idea or your creative business idea. I haven't talked about it too much, but if you are interested in that, I will leave it below if you want to read more. It is just a free email course, so you can sign up for that if you are interested. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you aren't already, and I will leave a playlist for some more videos that I think you might enjoy below if you are looking for some more of those advanced hand lettering tutorials. Thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one.